K-drama cycle. When news broke that Lee Mi-sook would be reuniting on screen with Kang Suk-woo, many viewers felt something shift. This wasn't just another casting announcement. It felt personal, emotional, almost like Korean television itself was pausing to look back before moving forward again. For decades, Lee Mi-sook and Kang Suk-woo have existed in the same industry but rarely crossed paths in a way that allowed their stories to truly intertwine. Both built careers defined by quiet strength, emotional restraint, and an ability to convey depth without excess. And now, in a time when youth-driven romance dominates screens, their reunion arrives not as nostalgia, but as something far more powerful, a reminder that love does not expire with age. In the new romance drama In Your Radiant season, Lee Mi-sook steps into the role of Kim Na-na, a first-generation fashion designer who once stood at the top of her world. She was ambitious, fearless, and admired. But success came at a cost. Love was postponed. Life was postponed. And somewhere along the way, a young woman named Moon-jae, her first love, became a memory she never allowed herself to fully revisit. That man is now played by Kang Suk-woo. When viewers first hear that these two characters reunite later in life, it sounds simple. But the drama does not treat their meeting as fate or coincidence. It treats it as consequence. Every choice they made in their youth leads them to this moment, older, quieter, carrying regrets they never voiced. Their reunion is not dramatic. There is no running through the rain. No music swelling in the background. Instead, it begins with recognition. A pause. A look held a second too long. Two people realizing that the face in front of them once held their entire future. What makes this story resonate so deeply is how real it feels. Kim Na-na is not written as a woman waiting to be saved by love. She is successful, respected, and independent. Yet she carries the ache of a life where personal happiness was always postponed for responsibility. Moon-jae, on the other hand, is not a romantic hero frozen in time. He is a man shaped by years of absence, wondering what might have been if he had fought harder, spoken louder, stayed longer. Their love story is not about starting over. It's about continuing. Parallel to this deeply emotional reunion is the presence of Lee Sung-kyung, whose character becomes the bridge between generations. She represents youth, possibility, and the version of love that still believes in timing. Through her, the drama subtly reflects the contrast between love that waits and love that acts. Lee Sung-kyung's role is not simply romantic. She is observant. She watches Kim Na-na with curiosity, sometimes confusion, sometimes admiration. Through her eyes, viewers are invited to ask uncomfortable questions. Is love something you chase or something you return to? Is it better to risk everything early or live carefully and hope life gives you another chance? As filming details emerged, industry insiders revealed that the production team intentionally minimized publicity. No flashy press conferences. No overexposed teasers. This drama is being positioned as something meant to be felt, not hyped. The cast reportedly spent weeks in quiet script readings, focusing on silence, pauses, and unspoken emotion rather than dramatic delivery. Lee Mi-sook herself described the project as a story that arrives when you are ready to understand it. Kang Suk-woo echoed this sentiment, noting that playing Moon-jae felt less like acting and more like remembering. Neither actor framed the reunion as a comeback or milestone. They framed it as a conversation they were finally ready to have. And audiences are responding. Even before its premiere, In Your Radiant season is being discussed as one of the most emotionally mature dramas of the year. Fans aren't just excited, they're reflective. Many are sharing stories of first loves they never forgot, people they never reunited with, and moments they wish they could revisit. This is what sets the drama apart. It doesn't promise fantasy. It promises honesty. There are scenes where Kim Na-na and Moon-jae sit in silence, drinking tea, surrounded by decades of things they never said. Scenes where their hands almost touch, not with urgency, but with hesitation. Scenes where they laugh softly at how young they once were, and how much life changed them. The drama doesn't ask whether they will end up together. It asks whether love, once delayed, can still feel like home. As Lee Sung-kyung's storyline unfolds, it becomes clear that her character is not there to overshadow the older romance, but to reflect it. Her choices mirror the paths Kim Na-na didn't take. Her doubts echo the fears Moon-jae once ignored. Through her, The drama quietly suggests that every generation is watching the one before it, learning what to do and what not to do with love. By the time the story reaches its later episodes, the question shifts again. It's no longer about first love or lost time. It becomes about courage. The courage to speak honestly when silence has become habit. The courage to choose happiness when life has trained you to choose safety. Lee Mi-sook's performance anchors this transformation. She does not dramatize pain. She lets it exist. Kang Suk-woo meets her with equal restraint, allowing viewers to feel decades of history in a single glance. Their chemistry does not scream. It breathes. And that is why this reunion matters. Not because it is nostalgic, but because it is timely. In a media landscape obsessed with youth, In Your Radiant season dares to say that love does not belong to one age group. That unfinished stories do not disappear. They wait. They mature. They return when the people involved are finally ready to face them. As the drama prepares to air, expectations are not about ratings or trends. They are about impact. About whether viewers will see themselves, not as they are now, but as they might be someday, looking back at choices that shaped their lives. Lee Mi-sook and Kang Suk-woo's reunion is not just a storyline. It is a reminder that love is not always loud, that timing is not always kind, and that sometimes the most radiant season of your life begins much later than you expected, but arrives exactly when you need it. And when it does, it changes everything. K-drama cycle. As the story moves toward its final chapters, In Your Radiant season becomes less about what was lost and more about what can still be chosen. Kim Na-na and Moon-jae reach a moment where memory is no longer enough. They must decide whether revisiting the past is safe or whether it demands action. Their conversations grow more honest. Regret is finally spoken aloud, not with bitterness, but with clarity. They acknowledge the lives they built apart, the people they became without each other, and the fear that choosing love now might disrupt the peace they worked so hard to earn. Lee Sung-kyung's character, watching them, learns something crucial, that love delayed is not love denied, but love transformed. Her own choices begin to shift, guided by the quiet bravery she sees in the older generation. In the end, the drama does not rush toward a perfect resolution. It offers something rarer, acceptance, a gentle understanding that love doesn't always arrive on time, but when it does, it asks only one thing, the courage to open the door. And in that quiet decision, In Your Radiant season leaves viewers with a lingering truth. Some love stories don't end. They wait.